morning, everybody. Hello from windy downtown Delray Beach, Florida. Behind me you can see there's a beautiful sunrise that's about to happen. It's very windy. Look at the water. Down in the distance, I don't know if you can see it, they're setting up for a beach tennis tournament. Pretty cool. Looking this way, you can see there are not any paddle boarders out there. And in the distance, I can see kite surfers. Good morning, Jared. Thanks for joining in. I'm going to go for a little cover under here. Whitey's in the house. Good morning, my brother. How we doing this morning, Whitey? Thanks for your texts and some of your intel and quotes. Tomorrow's Grateful Friday. They're coming out. You know, today the word that I really want to focus on is attitude. We talked about grit, we talked about discipline, and today I want to talk about attitude. Now, I'm not one that's going to come out here and talk a lot about the books I read, but there was a book that I found extremely helpful, and that book was called Taming Your Gremlins. What does that mean? Well, inside our heads, we have another voice. We have this voice that's always self-doubting, always telling you, don't do that, you can't do that, don't try that, don't try that. It's this negative voice that lives inside our brain. Sometimes I think of it as somebody who sits on your shoulder. So while I was going through some difficult times, a good friend, Gail, said, read that book and name your gremlin. Now, having grown up in Brooklyn, there was a really tough guy on my street. His name was Vito. I named my gremlin Vito. And Vito would never stop talking to me. He'd always get in the way. He was my boulder. So, I read the book and I understood that everybody has a gremlin, an inner voice, or a Vito. So once I knew his name, I put him on my shoulder. And every time that gremlin popped his head up, I smacked him off my shoulder. Let me tell you, it was so helpful. So name your gremlin. Know he's in there or she's in there or they're all in there. I had a family of gremlins at times. It changes your attitude. Speaking of attitude, while I'm out there in the dark this morning doing workout with Kevin, this woman runs by every morning like clockwork. She's lathered in complete sweat. She's got that triathlon marathon look. Every day, the one time I said to her, what are you training for? And she said, the Boston Marathon. And I said, wow, I did that. It's an amazing race. I hope you get good weather. Every day I see her, I scream across the road, Boston, you got this. Today she stops. She actually stopped to talk to Kevin and myself, and she goes, you guys are crazy. You're out here in the dark. What are you doing? I looked at her. I said, you're crazy. You're out here in the dark. What are you doing? She said, well, you know, I'm running the Boston Marathon. I go, that's amazing. I did it. Let me tell you about it. She goes, I hate marathons. Kevin looks at her and goes, then why are you doing it? She goes, because I made a goal. I'm disciplined, and when I say I'm going to do something, that's on my bucket list. So then I immediately said, you do any triathlons? She said, yes, I did 2 full triathlons. I said, which ones? Chattanooga. I did the half. We reminisced about the river. Then she told me she did Panama City. And she told me she hated it. So I said, so when's your next one? She said, I got to do Arizona. I heard it's a great course. So these are the kind of people I like to talk to. They're crazy, they're out there, they're chasing goals, they don't even love what they're doing, but she's in incredible shape. So, attitude, that's what I really want you to think about today. And I want you to think about when you're around other people, being, you know, in a better place. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. Your mental diet largely determines your character and your personality in almost everything that happens to you in life. So everything happens for a reason. The reason causes change. Sometimes the change hurts, sometimes the change is hard. but in the end, it's all for the best. My 5 minutes are up. I hope you're having an amazing morning. I thank you so much for joining in to How We Doing It. The selfie stick, Leslie, it's working great. Thank you. And just remember, pay it forward. I want some great stuff tomorrow for being grateful. I heard 2 stories I'll share tomorrow. Have a great day. How we doing it? Pay it forward. Be kind. And remember, attitude. Adjust your attitude. With a good attitude, anything's possible. Quiet those gremlins down. I'm sending Vito to the beach today. He's going to go for a long, long swim. Have an awesome morning. Thanks for joining in. Mike, Mark, Ellen, awesome. Thank you. Have a great day.